Tara.
Okay, good morning. Hello world. My topic is about the kingdom, what is Dapitan according to the plan of God. But before I will start my topic, first of all, I would like to greet our great mentor, His Majesty, King Filemon or Reambonanza, and his royal family. He gives my little knowledge or little wisdom to preach what is Dapitan according to the plan of God, because there is behind in the Dapitan city, secret of the Dapitan city. To my colleagues, to 12 Gates, and especially to our mothers here, all of us here, good morning. My topic is about what is the Dapitan according to the plan of God. If we will talk the Dapitan city, we will start at the time when Jacob was born. Because the exact time will begins in his life. Jacob was born in negative 73. This is negative 73. Before he entered Egypt, he lived 130 in Israel. And that was in negative 73 to positive 57. Positive 57. Why I got positive 57? Because there is the 4 fundamental rules of algebra. Now, the algebra, if number without sign, always positive. So, according to the rules number 2, to add two numbers having unlike sign, find their difference and prefix the sign of the greater number. Now, 130 is greater than 73. So, the sign of the 130 is positive. So, the difference is positive 57. This was the time of Joseph when he became a governor of Egypt. 17 years after Jacob arrived in Egypt, he died. The family of Jacob lived in Egypt within 430 years. So it was the time when Moses, in short, they got out of Egypt in the year positive 487. Because positive 487. Why I got positive 487? Because according to the rules, number 1, to add two numbers having like sign, find their sum and prefix their common sign. Now these two numbers is common sign is positive. So we have positive 487. From this year, we will count 480 years. And that was the time when Solomon constructed the temple. In other words, Solomon began the construction in the year positive 967. Because we will add 480. 480. So we have positive 967. This was the 4th year of Solomon to reign the kingdom. So Solomon became a king in positive 963 because we will backward to 4 years. So we have the answer of 963 when Solomon became a king. Now, Solomon had 37 years left to finish the positive 37 years to finish the positive 1,000 years. So this is the positive 1,000. Since Solomon reigned the kingdom within 40 years, so Solomon, now, he had 3 years, which was already in negative 1,000. Negative 1,000. So this is negative 1,000. Because from bigger to lower. So this is negative. Now, if we will subtract negative, he got negative 3. Because according to the rules, to subtract numbers, mentally change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to the algebraic addition. Now, the subtrahend is positive, we will change into a negative. So, we have different sign. So, according to the rules, to add two numbers having unlike sign, find their difference and prefix the sign of the greater number. Now, we have the answer, we have the difference of 3. And the sign is negative. Why? Because 40 is greater than 37. So, the sign of 40 is negative, so the difference is negative 3. So, if we will subtract negative 3 years from negative 1,000, we will have the answer of negative 997. Why he got the difference 97 is negative? Because according to the rules, to subtract numbers, mentally change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to the algebraic addition. Now, these two numbers is the same sign, so we will change the subtrahend into a positive sign. So, we have the different sign. According to the rules, to add two numbers having unlike sign, find their difference and prefix the sign of the greater number. Now, we have the difference of 997 and the 1,000 is greater than 3. So the sign of 1,000 is negative. So the difference is negative 997. This number of years will be subtracted from 2,520 years. 2,520 with 997. So we will have the answer of 1,523 or 1523 in short. 1523 in short. This was the time when God bestowed the kingdom to the people, to the nation, which became a Christian nation. In this regard, God sent a priest on March 16, 1521, in order to Christianize the Filipino, for the kingdom of God should be given to a nation in which Christianity abided. Now, we cannot profoundly deny that the Philippines is the abode of the Christian people who are struggling for the salvation, whether in group or individual. We learn very well that the Philippines became a Christian country on April 14, 1521. 2 years before, God gave the kingdom in 1523. It is very clear to mention the kingdom of God because in the year 1523 is the repetition of history of the real and true kingdom of God at the time of King Solomon during his last hour in negative 997. The biblical history prevails that the creation of Adam was in the island surrounded by two branches of twin rivers of Tigris and Euphrates. This is precisely called MESOPOTAMIA. From the Greek language, Mesopo, which means an island surrounded by two branches of rivers. In a vivid narration, after the creation of Adam, God rested in the seventh day. Since one day of God is equal to 1,000 years of man, so Adam should be in the Garden of Eden and live there at the same time as God rested. But before year ended, Adam committed sin. So, in Eden. In the year 821, Adam committed sin. So the plan of God was carried by Abraham to Canaan, Abraham. Abraham in Canaan. Many years passed by that Jesus was born. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Bethlehem. His human flesh was chosen so that Christ, the true God, could humanly speak to the people for the preparation of his third week in this world. Many Jews, Christ, no? Many Jews did not believe him. So he took away the kingdom of God and gave it to the nation, which became a Christian nation in 23. From this time, 40 years should be counted off. And Adam, who could give the life of the people, should appear. It was in 1563, 1521, 23 from 40 years after 1563. When Adam came to the Philippines in the person of Dato Pagbuaya. In the person of Dato Pagbuaya. Since Adam lived in Mesopotamia, which was an island surrounded by two branches of rivers, so the new Mesopotamia, which is also surrounded by two branches of rivers called Pulo River and Liburan River. Liburan River. According to the plan of God, the place should be discovered after the repetition of history of King Solomon. The history repeated in 1523. 40 years after Dato Pagbuaya reached in Dapitan. Dapitan. In 1563. Counting from it, the remaining of 390. So, the answer is 1953. That is 1953. When Dato Pagbuaya spiritually returned in Dapitan. 10 years after, the town of Dapitan, who became a city under the penmanship of President Diosdado Macapagal on June 22, 1963. Under the Republic Act 3811. Another 10 years that followed, so 10 years, 1963. Another 10 years that followed, 1963, which is 1973. The city of Dapitan, who became a shrine city, under the signature of President Ferdinand A. Marcos on January 24, 1973. In this juncture, the Dapitan city, which is now the Dapitan Shrine City, is the new Mesopotamia. Where the second Adam, who personified by Dato Pagbuaya, will come back in Dapitan. Now, this is the answer of the question, what is Dapitan according to the plan of God? Dapitan city, which is the shrine city, is the new Mesopotamia. So this is the secret of Dapitan. Now, Dapitan is the new Mesopotamia because of twin rivers. Now, we will count 40 years from the shrine city of Dapitan in 1973. We will count 40 years. So, 40 years. From 1973, another 40. So, the answer is 2013. This is 2013. 2013. This year, 2013, is the fulfillment of the prophecy of Daniel, which is 70 weeks. According to the Bible, 70 weeks, which is 490 years. 490. From 1523, where God gave the kingdom to a nation. So the answer is 2013. So this year, we have two great events in this year. One of these, the celebrating of the baptism of King Humabon in Parian, Cebu. Now, in April 14, 2013, the family of the Kingdom of God and his followers also celebrating the baptism of King Humabon, where Mahal Filemon acting as Humabon, then Godofredo Humuan as acting father, baptized by Pedro Valderrama, then Godofredo Humuan acting to baptize Mahal Filemon. So this is the events. Another one is the commemoration of the founding Dato Pagbuaya in Dapitan. Now, the local government and the Kingdom of God joined the celebration in that day on November 8, 2013. So we have a parade of the Kingdom of God and a short program and cultural sports center in Dapitan. So this is the events that happened during this year 2013, because this is the last day of 490 years from 1523. Now, in the next year, 2014, the Kingdom of God and all followers also celebrate the first year of seed of soap of the seed of the Kingdom of God. Now that is in that day also the 100 years of Iglesia ni Cristo. So the members of the Kingdom of God also celebrating this.
Joined by
Only the Kingdom of God. So this is the diagram of the Dapitan city. What is the secret of Dapitan city? Dapitan city, which is now Dapitan Shrine City, is the new Mesopotamia. Now, I tell the world that the Dapitan city is the new Mesopotamia. If there is paradise lost, there is paradise regained now. Thank you, and good morning.
Live in May.